Hello, little cow hands and cow feet. Today's exciting story begins out west, where men are men and women are men, and chicks and ducks and geese better scurry. On a spread of land known as the Ponderosa, I mean a spread called the Ruberosa. What I meant to say was the Verbosa Rosa, where a man's word is boring. There's trouble at the Cart Wrong Ranch.
You ever notice how they never let horses talk on TV? That makes me really mad.
Stop complaining, Rooney, or you'll lose your job on 60 Winnies again.
Now, hold on just one goddamn minute. When Pa died, he wanted us to divide up the Verbosa Rosa amongst the four of us, right?
Sure he did. That's right. Only trouble is the land is in the shape of a triangle. How in the name of Randolph Scott can you divide up a three-sided figure among four still-growing boys?
Here's how I figure we do it. This here's my piece. These are for you fellas. What's anybody think?
Methinks you are one unfair brother, Cow.
What's anybody think except you, Parnell?
I think Parnell is right. Your piece is bigger than each of ours. Here's how we should divide it.
I ain't overly delighted with that.
I'll take this piece. This is for Cow. This is for Parnell, and this for Little Mo.
That's not fair. I get the smallest piece of land.
Guess who doesn't give a rat's nose?
Here's how to do it. I'll take this, McLean gets this, Cow gets this, and Parnell gets this.
Hold your thoughts, little brothers. We're going to have to call the sheriff and let her decide how to do this.
And that's just what the Cart Wrong boys did. They summoned Fat Garrett, the sheriff from an earlier episode.
It's over there to the left, the door with the picture of the pony on it. Well, are you kids still trying to divide up a triangle into four pieces the same size?
Yep. We want you to tell us which way is even for everybody.
Well, that's easy. This one ain't fair. Neither is this or this. And this one ain't either. The answer is none of these is fair.
Yeah, well, so what do we do?
Well, how should I know? I don't know nothing about birthing no triangles.
Yeah, And what are you good for, Sheriff?
Well, I know when I'm stumped, and I know an expert I can call on to help us.
And who might that be, pray tell?
One of the smartest matherados I've ever had the pleasure of meeting.
What's his name?
Dirk Niblick of the Math Brigade. Who? Sheriff Fat Garrett? Well, I should say I do remember you. You were in one of my favorite episodes. What's that you say? You have a problem. I'll be happy to help.
Good. I'll send my horsey around for you.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Ed.
Close, but no carrot. The sheriff sent me for you.
Am I going to ride you all the way to the Verbosa Rosa?
No, I've got a cab waiting. Keep the chaff.
Yes, sir, boss. Thank you, boss. Thank you very much, boss. That's very kind of you, boss. Thank you, boss.
So you see, Lieutenant Niblick, that's the problem. How do we divide a three-sided figure equally among four conniving brothers?
It can be done, folks, and one way involves dividing this triangle into four triangles of the same size. Hard to believe, but true. Think about it.
And you kids think about it, too. How do we get four triangles to fit inside one triangle? We'll be back so fast it'll make your head swim, or at least tread water. Use your noodle.
Mathman? He's out walking his dog. Put me in. Very well, Mr. Glitch. Your mission is to decide if the forthcoming statements are true or false. If a statement is true, eat the letter T. If it is false, eat the letter F. You will have until the count of 7 to make your decision. And take great care. You will meet your demise if you are wrong. Sure I will. True or false? If you wear glasses, you're better at math than if you don't. That's not true. Oh, this is fun, and I'm gonna win. True or false? Tall people are better at math than short people. That statement is also false. How don't you come along with me? True or false? Curly-haired people from Cleveland are better at math than everyone else. True. Everyone in Cleveland knows that.
Mathman. That's the most absurd thing I've heard in days. Isn't it, Mathdog?
Bark, bark.
All sorts of people are good at math. Kids, grown-ups, girls, boys. I don't believe you went for that, Glitch.
Oh, you don't, eh? Well, perhaps I did.
Sick him, Mathdog.
Mathdog. Hey, get out, fellas. Hey, cut it out. Hey, your dog ass, please. Hey, get away from me.
Mathman.
Have you Jaspers figured out how to divide the triangle up equally? I must admit I haven't. But I didn't learn anything in school because I knew from an early age that I wanted to be whatever it is I am.
Have you figured it out?
No. Show us.
What if I did this? Connect the midpoints of these two sides.
That just divides it in two.
How about I repeat that effort?
You have smited in thrice.
Beg pardon, Parnell, you Shakespearean thespian?
He says you cut it in three.
Wait, I get it. What if we cut it yet again?
It's for you, Parnell.
Oh, hey, that's No fool, it's a dandy.
Lieutenant Niblick, you've just saved our ranch. Now every one of us has a fair and equal part.
Oh, thank you, Lieutenant Dirk Niblick. You are a mathematical wizard.
Oh, just a little plain geometry. Nothing to it, really, when you use your old noodle.
Guess what, everyone? Guess what has happened to your brother, Parnell?
What is it, Parnell? It would appear to be good news.
I'll bet a cat's whisker it is. I'm going to New York. Joe Papp wants me to do Shakespeare in Tribeca. You can keep my land, you cowboys.
Well, now, don't that beat all? We finally solved the problem, and Parnell hightails it to the big city, so we got to start all over again.
No, you don't. Look at this. He's left you with his triangle.
So?
I see. Sure. We just divided up the same way.
You could do that, all right.
Okay, Cowell gets this piece, McLean gets this one, I'll take this, and...
You've got another triangle left over, little Mo, you miscreant.
So I do.
You just divided up again.
Of course. Watch. But we've still got a triangle left over, even though it's a smaller triangle.
Yes, but by repeating the process, you can make it as small as you like and effectively divide the ranch in thirds.
Looks like a good example of recursion to me.
Oh, recursion, that's a big word for over.
Now, if you want to start all over again, there are other ways to divide a triangle into thirds. You can even divide this equilateral triangle into 3 congruent triangles if you so desire.
How do we do it?
I think I'll let you ponder that. Give me a call when you get it. I'll be writing on now, my work here being done.
Thanks for everything, Lieutenant Niblick, you cutie. You saved the day again. But tell me, how do you make 3 triangles out of 1?
You puzzle it out too, Sheriff. It'll be good for you.
Why, you low-down, side-widened slag heap. For 2 cents, I'd run you out of town on a tarred rail, you...
And as the sun and dirt sink slowly in the west, we bid a fond adieu to one of America's favorite mathematically endowed heroes, Dirk Niblick of the Math Brigade.
You know what else I hate? Guys who sit on your back when you're trying to think.
And Rooney, the semi-faithful horse.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names are made up, but the problems are real.
It was Wednesday, 9:43 a.m., and New York theater goers were stunned by the tragic events which accompanied last night's opening of Seabiscuit the Musical. In the first act, the star of the show reared, slipped, and fell into the audience and broke John Simon's leg. The beast may have to be destroyed. I was working the day watch out of Mathnet. My partner is George Franklin. The boss is Joe Greco. My name is Tuesday. I'm a mathematician. We were working on a case we called the Calpurnian Kugel Caper. Calpurnia was a country. Kugel was their monetary unit. and capers are something you shouldn't order on pizza. We were on loan from the NYPD to the CIA. That left us with only 19 letters. Our job was to guard this young monarch.
You are now in the august presence of His Royal Highness King Family Christmas Special, the third.
Call me Chris.
Chris was a regular kid for a king, but he had a fetish. He loved game shows, especially one called Wheel of Jeopardy.
Hey, Mathnetters, come on down.
Look, Pat, Wheel of Jeopardy.
Fortunately, so did George. The king was in New York to attempt to sell his country's product.
We grow the world's supply of chuckberries in Calpurnia.
Really? They don't grow anyplace else?
No. In fact, it's our sole industry. Our entire economy, all our money, comes from chuckberry production.
But then, during a negotiation with a giant corporation called BLT for the sale of next year's crop of chuckberries, bad news hit the streets in the form of some research data. We realized we needed to get in touch with our CIA contact, Agent Obitz, a master of disguise. This time, as a dog, he told us about BLT.
I've checked the background on the chuckberry company, BLT.
What did you find out?
It seems to be some sort of phony company. It's got its paws into all kinds of things.
He told us something else that was unusual.
For what it's worth, when BLT bought the chuckberries, they paid for them in cash. 50% down, the rest in 12 monthly payments.
That had to be a lot of bucks.
Kugels.
Is that dog talk?
No. Kugels are the basic unit of Calpurnia's money. A kugel is worth about 50 U.S. cents.
Further investigation led George to believe he found a flaw in the chuckberry research data. What do you mean?
I looked into the experiments further, and here's what I found. The people in the sample who ate chuckberries were all between the ages of 12 and 15. The people who didn't eat chuckberries were all age 50 or older.
George, kids between 12 and 15 are likely to get this anyway.
Exactly, and people over 50 aren't.
It looked like a setup. I called the magazine that supposedly did the research on the causal relationship, and they never heard of such an article.
Two pairs, 8s and 9s. What do you got?
3 5s. I win again.
Good morning, gentlemen. Hard at work, I see.
We were just on a break, playing the dollar game.
How do you play?
We used the serial numbers on the bills to see who has the best hand.
You see, there are 8 digits.
I won 3 games in a row.
You've made me a proud partner.
Go again, George?
I've got 3 1s.
No good, Georgie Porgy. 4 2s. I win.
It's only a game, Benny.
Yeah, and I won.
It's bad to gloat, Benny.
Mathnet Tuesday. Good morning, sir. Thanks for returning my call. I see. That's very interesting. Thank you. That was Agent Obitz.
What a disguise. This time he was a telephone.
He was on the phone, George. Guess how much money is in circulation in Calpurnia?
I have no idea.
I know that in the United States at any given time there's about $250 billion.
But Calpurnia is much smaller. I don't know.
About 200 million kugels.
So?
So, where did BLT get 100 million kugels to pay cash for the chuckberry crop?
That's 50% of all the money in the entire economy. It would be impossible to hoard that much money.
That's right. But maybe...
Maybe the money was counterfeit?
Maybe. Let's play What Do We Know?
Okay. We know a company named Buy It, Loot It, and Trash It bought all the chuck berries in the world.
Right. And we know that the price of chuck berries went sky high.
And we know that the price was inflated because BLT wouldn't put many of them on the market.
And we know the market is finished because of that phony article.
Won't the papers print a retraction, you know, saying it was a mistake?
Sure, but they'll print it on page 147 and hardly anyone will see it. The damage has been done again by the big lie.
And now we know there's counterfeit money in circulation throughout Calpurnia.
Wait, Pat. We don't know that for a fact.
But we suspect it strongly.
Let's pay a visit to King Chris and his finance minister and look at some of those kugels. These the only kugels you have?
Yes. The rest of BLT's final payment was shipped to the Bank of Calpurnia.
I glommed this. It's my allowance. Hey, a king's gotta live too. Seriously, folks.
This is not counterfeit. It would be impossible to counterfeit our money. The paper is an exclusive blend. No one could get it. And the engraving would be impossible to duplicate.
I don't know. No offense, Ms. Sherwood. Counterfeiters are pretty foxy.
Here's something they'd never know. There's an engraving of our national bird, the chicken, on each bill. These kugels are legitimate.
Is your money printed in Calpurnia?
No. As I said, we have no industry whatsoever.
It's printed right here in New York.
Yes. At a company called Indelible Incorporated.
Indelible ink?
Yes.
How often?
About once every 2 years or so. Only on my authority, and I have not authorized anything to be printed for months. Now, if you will excuse me, we have to return to our homeland before the week is out.
Maybe we can squeeze in one more game of Wheel of Jeopardy, Mr. Franklin.
Sure thing, Your Highness.
King Chris, do you mind if I hang on to these kugels for a day or so?
Sure, okay. If I need to buy anything, I'll use plastic.
Come along, Your Highness. It's time for your nap.
Come on.
What do you think, guys?
I think we should call Agent Ovid. George?
Right. Phone over there.
I'll wait here. Yo, King.
It's me, Chris.
What's happening?
Can we talk, Mr. Pill?
Sure. What is it?
It's just it. I don't know. So many things are going on.
Like?
You know, I can't sell chuck berries. Nobody trusts my money. They tell me Calpurnia's economy is finished, and I don't know what any of this means.
And so?
So, Mr. Pill, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I'm not smart enough to handle all these crises.
It isn't that you're not smart enough, King. You just haven't had experience yet. You'll get there. You gotta remember one thing.
What's that?
Hey, you're the king.
Yeah, but I'm still just a human king. And a kid human king at that. What do I do?
Make your decisions based on facts. Do the best you can. Make sure you can trust the folks around you. And the main thing is, be fair and honest.
Fair and honest?
You got it. That'll get the job done most every time.
Thanks, Mr. Pill.
You better get back inside.
Your Highness, where are you?
You're right.
Having a good time, Benny?
A princely time, Pat. Or should I say, kingly.
You can say anything you want, Benny. You're among friends.
Come on. I'll give you a ride.
As Benny returned us to Mathnet HQ, we mulled some info Agent Ovitz garnered. The manager of Indelible Inc., a Mr. Gutenberg, said Kugels could not be printed without authorization, and the engraving plates were kept in a locked vault. We awaited more from the CIA, hoping it would indicate Miss Sherwood had been authorizing Kugel printing. We waited a lot.
Aha. Hello, Frankly Mathnet. Mathnet Frankly. Well, you know what I mean. What's the story, Agent Ovitz? Oh, I see. No, thank you. No, I'm perfectly happy with my present phone service.
You're so restless, George.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, what about your Wheel of Jeopardy game?
Batteries are dead.
The dollar game.
I beg your pardon?
The game you and Benny were playing. Let's play it.
Yeah, okay. Oh, wait a minute. I already used these bills in the game the other day. I already know the serial numbers.
Then we'll use some of mine. Wait. We'll use some of these.
Kugels?
Uh-huh. They're the ones I got from King Chris. The only difference is the Kugel has a 7-digit serial number.
Well, the dollar bill has 8. I'll go. 3462978. No pairs. 9 high.
0364759. Hey, I've got a straight.
Straight.
5 digits straight in a row. 34567. You lose, George.
So what? I beat Benny 3 out of 4. Go again.
6847923. Nothing here. 9 high.
I don't have much either. 4376182. 8 high. You win again.
There's something strange here.
What?
No pairs. Usually you get a pair or 2 pairs, don't you?
Oh, sure. Even 3 of a kind.
Or 3 of a kind and a pair.
That's a full house, Pat.
Whatever. Look at those other Kugels and see if there are any pairs.
Nope. There's no repeated digits.
What would the chances be of having 7 digits with no repeats?
Strange you should ask. It just happens that when I was at Mathnet U, I did a paper on those probabilities.
You did?
Sure. See? The probability of 1 pair, and nothing better, in an 8-digit sequence, is 0.169344, about 17%. 2 pair?
George, why do you carry a paper with those figures around with you?
You'd be surprised how often the subject comes up at dinner parties.
You say these figures are computed using an 8-digit number. The Kugel only has 7 digits.
Yes, but the pattern holds true. With 7 digits, as everyone knows, the number of different serial numbers altogether is 10 to the 7th.
Right.
That's 10 million possible 7-digit numbers. Out of those 10 million...
May I? $604,800 without repeated digits. That's roughly 6 out of 100, around 6%. Rather unlikely.
Unlikely? Practically unthinkable. We have 6 bills without any repeated digits. This is absolutely mind-boggling.
Absolutely. 0.06 to the 6th. The probability is less than 1 in 20 million. Mathnet Tuesday. Yes, sir. Thank you, Agent Ovitz. George. George. Snap out of it, Pard. I know how you feel, but we've got work to do. We're going on a stakeout.
Stakeout. Medium rare. No ketchup.
1 in 20 million.
Thursday, 12:43 a.m. With Benny Pill, we drove to a plant in the Bronx. It was a long shot, but at least it was a shot.
This is indelible ink?
Yep.
Agent Ovid said it usually closes at 5 p.m., but lately his people had noticed activity in the middle of the night.
Should have called Martha.
Why?
Tell her I was going to be late.
For what?
Dinner. He's having the staff of the New York Times over.
The whole staff?
No, just the editorial board.
Look.
Let's go.
Wait! It's Sylvia Sherwood.
She dropped something.
Come on.
Drop this.
What is it?
Kaboom land.